Hello and welcome everybody. How the hell is everybody on this fine Tuesday evening? Personally, I am feeling slightly better than I have been, so hopefully I can keep a voice and not bloody cough too much. I'll probably do a bit of coughing, so apologies early for that. Nonetheless, welcome to the third and final part of the Bathurst 1.2 hour. Of course, this time it's a bit more of a casual affair than what you might have seen on Sunday night. That was a little bit more serious on Gran Turismo Sport there. This is something of an experiment. I've done one test race so far, which was on the Daytona 24-hour track circuit. We had a bit of fun there, which was good. This is the first sort of semi-organised event I've tried on Project Cars, and it might be a total unmitigated disaster. I'm sure I'm going to learn, so please be patient with me today, whilst I am trying to figure out how things work and learn the ropes and all the rest. I don't know exactly how it works yet. Hopefully I've got it set up and we can get out and get this sort of stuff done, ready and on the way. But welcome to everybody that is in the chat. It's fantastic to be joined by all of you. And hello Kogan on Twitch. The background music only works on YouTube. That can't even really be a thing, Kogan. I had it muted, never mind. There you go. That makes a little bit more sense, mate. Couldn't be worse than GT. Wow, that's, you know, Mojo. What can I say about that? Hey, Mecca, how are you? Jamberson as well. What's going on, guys? TG Babes, Nick Magic, Staniel. Good to see a couple of the VIP guests here. For those not aware, extra special welcome for Lee Kogan, who is over on Twitch at the moment. Piosco, TJ Deacon, Staniel85, Nick Magic, and Nathan Powell are the current VIPs. It's fantastic to have you guys here and along. So without further ado, let's quickly go through the rules and we will go from there. And Jer Williamson 1, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Hey Squiddy, how are you, mate? Speedy Tyres, PCars 2 still £15.99 on the store. Tempted. Birthday on Friday. Do it, hippie. Get it done, mate. Let's have a quick look at what is going on. So it is on private. That is the password. So let me just quickly jot that down in the chat, and then if somebody can copy and paste that every time somebody asks what the password is, that would be super swell. I suppose I better do it in caps, eh? NXT4SYHWH3H. There it is, if you guys can copy and paste that. Hey, 3 Hawklord, Adam as well. Big welcome to you guys. Realism settings, this is what it is on. I'm not going to sit there and go through every single setting, but you can always rewind the stream and pause it if you need to. The important things, I guess, to note: visual damage is turned off. Damage is turned off and set to visual only, because a lot of people are brand new to Project Cars 2. There's going to be a lot of learning going on, myself included. I'm not exactly a pro at this. I've spent very little time in PCars 2. Mechanical failures are off as well, so these are things. Something you may not have noticed, a forced manual pit stop is a yes, so you have to pit at least once in this race, but I think you're going to want to anyway. Fuel depletion is on, tyre wear is currently on authentic. I was dabbling with the possibility of setting it to accelerated, but in the end I left it at authentic, because I just don't know what that means, and I think it's too late to change it over to accelerated, and then it turns out you only get a few laps out of your tyres. So let's not do that. But they're the settings there. Obviously the track is Bathurst, surprise surprise. Race settings here, 1 hour 15 minutes. You can't set it to a 1.2 hours exactly, so we're going to do 1 hour and 15 minutes, which is close enough by my book. Start at 5 AM because that's when the real race starts. Unfortunately, I think Project Cars, their version of 5 AM at Bathurst in summer is quite light. Obviously the real race starts in the dark for the first hour or so. I don't think that's quite going to be right, but we'll see. We will see how we go. Time progression is at 10 times, so we can hopefully get through the right amount of hours throughout the race. 4 weather slots there, and that should be synchronized to the race itself. You can see there the session practice time starts at 5 AM, so that's when we'll get an idea of what 5 AM looks like. Goes for an hour. I might cut that down just a little bit given the time. I think we'll set that to 0 and we'll put that up to about a 45-minute practice, by which time we'll roll through to a qualifying session, which is just 15 minutes, set at 4 PM. I don't think there's anything there of interest. Penalties are on, track limit penalties are on. So that's how everything works, and it's probably time to... I went through the realism settings and the host settings, so... Without further ado, let's get this underway. You can't see the room because it's not open yet, Mojo. Patience is a virtue, my friend, remember that. You must remember that. But it is now open, so you guys are free to join. Obviously there was no reserve spots for this, unlike Gran Turismo. I didn't request people sign up. Kogan would love to be joining, but work unfortunately can't function without me lately. Oh, you hate to hear that, Kogan. It's nice to be valuable, it's nice to be wanted though, so that's a good thing. Did anybody copy and paste the password I put in? If not, I'll put it in the chat again, so you guys can join at your own requirement. I'm hoping to get a full lobby here. It's not quite Gran Turismo where people are going to flood in the door, so we'll find out. Hopefully we get some people in here. Be nice if we got 2 or 3. Seriously considering getting this game. Newton Motorsport doing a Bathurst 1000 in the snow is tempting. Lol. You certainly could. Alrighty, so what's going on, people? Is there a problem with the room? Is there something not? I still can't find it. You know what? I'm gonna go back out and I'm gonna set it to public, and hopefully it just fills up quick enough that we don't get any random blow-ins in here that don't know what's going on. So let's just go host settings public and hope to hell that we don't get a server full of randos, because I can't kick anyone in this game, so get ready to jump in, guys. Are you not going to make it, Oz Farmer? No good, man. Anyway, it's now public, you guys should just be able to jump in. And as I say, hopefully we can get enough people in here to fill the lobby. It says password protected at the top. Straight away with some technical difficulties. You love to see it. It is set to public. Maybe that was the problem, because I set it to private and put a password on it. Anyway, I've removed that. Hopefully things go okay and we don't get full of randos. Anyway, the new server is up. There is no password on it. Jump in. Hopefully we can fill this up with names that we recognise. The main issue with randoms is, first of all, they take away the opportunity from you guys that want to jump in. And on top of that, they don't know what's going on. They don't really care about driving cleanly. So it is preferred not to have randos, but we've got a few people jumping in. I really do hope we can quickly fill up this lobby, or at least get sort of 14, 15 people to do this race. Going well so far, only 5 slots available, so people filling up beautifully. I will ask everybody as well to mute their microphone if they could, please. Saves me having to do it. Pray for technical difficulties. You're in, Chris Taylor, fantastic. Welcome to everyone that has made it in. So far all names I recognise, which is good. And as I say, I don't know, obviously my channel was built primarily on Gran Turismo, so I know just about everyone's got Gran Turismo, but Project Cars is quite new. A lot of people don't have it. It's not the most convenient time for anybody in the Northern Hemisphere, obviously. But I think we can hear myself over here, so if you guys... I'm going to start to mute. I'm going to mute everyone that's in here anyway, just to be sure, to be sure. To be sure, to be sure. So how about old dumbass there? Is that someone we know as well, or is this our first random blow-in? Haven't got it, haven't played it. Fair enough. It is the Bentleyfest. There's a lot of people in a Bentley. I honestly went Bentley because I didn't think anybody else would use it. But there is a lot there, so I'm half tempted. Are you guys going to stick with the Bentley? Because I might even change car. I mean, I have done no practice for this at all. I will be learning by doing, so it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other for me. I was only going the Bentley because I figured nobody else would. But since there's so many Bentleys, I might change and pick something different. What don't I ever use? I never use the McLaren in anything ever. So the McLaren's on the table. Or the Renault RS01 might be on the table as well for something a bit different. You do Aussie Pride. You do have Project Cars 2 and Gran Turismo. Nice. Well, I might try the McLaren out. What do you reckon, guys? What would you rather see, the McLaren or the Renault? Let me stop this chill hop music. That is the full selection of cars. I might go the McLaren. Let's get it done. Yeah, a couple of votes coming in for McLaren. McLaren is what I'm going to do. Let's jump through and start this practice session so we can get things underway. Hopefully race start will be not too late. About that 9, 9:15, 9:30, somewhere around there. First time viewing, hi from the UK. Hi Vacant Juggler. Welcome to the stream. Great to have you all along. Thank you for joining. Yeah, a lot of people got Dirt 2 today, so I've picked a pretty good day to host my Bathurst 1.2 hour. The day when everyone's only going to be caring about Dirt 2. So there's a few names there that I don't necessarily recognise, but that doesn't mean that they're not watching along. Edward Dodo. And I am Jesus. I don't know if you guys are in the stream or not. Barely registering on the ping bar. It's going to go well. But yeah, look, no one's done any practice here. Well, I say no one. Why am I talking for everyone? I have done no practice here. I spun a few laps before the start of the stream, and that is literally 100% of everything I've done. I planned on doing some practice during the week, but obviously I was on my deathbed, nearly dead. So that didn't go well at all. But my pace is going to be slow. So mark my words. Last race for FIA tomorrow as well. Okay. Is it? It's not the last round, is it? I thought it was only about the second last round. But we're going to see how this goes. It's not so much about getting practice and being the best of the best and setting the best lap times. I think a lot of people are going to make a lot of mistakes whilst they try and get used to this game. Probably myself included, to be honest. There's no doubt I'll be bouncing off the walls at some point. Pirouetting down the mountain. Again, apologies if I am a bit nasally. I'm nearly over my sickness, but not 100%. I'll load a stable setup. Of course, setups are locked out. I'll make a pit strategy here at some point, but we'll get out and do some laps now. Try and get used to the car. Finishes tomorrow and then last round is top 16. Okay. Hey Dave, how are you, mate? Nikki got kicked. Hopefully you can jump back in. Looks like Eduardo got kicked as well. So yeah, I've done almost no practice, and the practice I did do was in the Bentley. So I'm learning everything from scratch, on stream, live in front of you, which is not ideal. Frame rate is also not ideal currently. see how the big McLaren feels. The Bentley was certainly loose. Apparently there is no rear view mirror in the McLaren, so that's cool. I have no rearward visibility at all. Oh, there we go. There is a virtual mirror I've got set up. But yeah, you guys will get to see me learn this car and this track. Not the sort of preparation you want to carry into a 1.2 hour, but good to see Nick Magic has got back in. The McLaren feels alright though. Definitely a bit more gentlemanly than the Bentley, which feels big and fat and heavy and with a lot of grunt. Of course, Project Cars 2 feels wildly different to Gran Turismo. You'll need to drive it in a different way, work your way into your pace. Not that I'll have any today, but for those who did do some good practice and learned this game, it's going to be there for the taking. Hey, you need this, fair enough. This race really is about what's our starting fuel? I don't know, Shannon. I don't think I got to choose the starting fuel, did I? Oh! Oh! Look out! I did not see that coming. Alrighty, let's see what sort of horrendous lap time I can do. ABS on the McLaren's not great. The big Bentley, it might be heavy, but it pulls up magnificently when you ask it to. There's just so much bumps on the road and car movement. Doesn't seem right to me. Okay. Mixed P Cars 1. Love the Genettas. There's still a Genetta in this, hippie. You can turn all kinds of things down, Kogan, like head movement and shake and all that sort of stuff, so might be worth playing with some of those settings. Mojo, I think your microphone is on there, dude, if you're able to mute that. Oh, grip, please, McLaren, grip. Definitely can still hear you, Mojo. Ooh. Also, I think if you, like obviously I've locked the settings down, the car setup, so I don't know if that's going to be the right call or not. I think Mojo's struggling with that. I'm probably going to have to go in and mute him, I'd suggest. But I'll finish your lap, so at least I've done one, and then I'll come back out and start another. Big lock up there in the McLaren. Whoa, I tell you what, this thing, it rotates through the middle. And locks up very easily under brakes, so I just have to get used to this car, I suppose. As I say, the only tiny bit of practice I did do was in the Bentley. It's a bit wide. You're done muted. Thanks, Mojo. Appreciate it, dude. Stuka's dive bombing the stream. But this McLaren does, buddy. rotate a lot more. I suppose being a mid-engine car, gearing's very different from the Bentley as well. Oof. The whole car feels very different, and oh so different from Gran Turismo. Well, you don't want to overturn in this car. If you do, the back just wants to come around on you. But yeah, not sure if I should have locked the settings down or not. I should have allowed them, but learn by doing. I was trying to keep it fair, but whether or not that's the truth remains to be seen. Nick, your ping's too long. Oh, you're getting kicked every time, man. That sucks. What's going on, Mart? I'm sorry to hear that, Nick. I'm just not well versed enough with project cars to really understand what it's like with large ping. But your ping might just be too large for this game to take. Not the most embarrassing thing I could say about you tonight, Nick Magic. Well, I do not feel smooth or nice or connected at all, actually. But it's actually nice to get some practice in. Oh, on the throttle perhaps a bit early there. But all in all, I think once I get used to the McLaren, I'll be happy enough with the feel of the car. It doesn't feel too bad, actually. And it's a car that I never use in pretty much any other game. So I don't mind. Oh, there's a bit of wall, don't worry about it. Damage is turned off for that very reason. I missed the apex there as well. But once I get used to it, I think it will be a very agreeable car. That was a much better run out of Forest Elbow then. Got on the throttle at about the right time. But yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see. The important thing is we have fun and we enjoy the experience. Project Cars is able to give us a lot of things Gran Turismo can't. Weather, time of day. And just remember, even if we have a few server issues and things like that, just remember how race 1 of the Bathurst 1.2 hour went on Sunday night. It was an unmitigated disaster that I just kind of had to put up with and deal with as it came. I don't know if Meister Mops is in the stream, but you need to mute your microphone, please. But yeah, P-Cars probably need a little bit of work on what sort of daylight you could expect to see at Bathurst at 5 AM. Because the answer in real life, of course, is none. And unfortunately, that was awful. I just can't quite get anything right in this car just at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and presume that's a random, which is in part why I wanted to password, and I may still jump out yet and restart the server with no practice straight into qualifying and put a password on as well. But we'll let practice run for now. Yeah, I'm not worried about skipping the session, Kogan. It's not so much that. I wouldn't mind a bit of practice. I'm happy to do practice. It's more so about putting a password on to get rid of any sort of randoms. I may not need to. We'll find out. But there's a pretty big risk, and I would hate for a random blow-in to ruin somebody's race that's in here in this stream. I will slightly improve my time by 0.002 of a second. Let me return to pit box now. How did I need to figure out how to mute these people. Oops. Online lobby. What's the mute button, do you reckon? Mr. Mops here's the guy that needs attention. What am I doing wrong here? Why is the X button a back button? Since when has that ever been a thing? Oh, that's not what I want. Fortunately, it does appear that Project Cars have not bothered putting a mute. Which seems like a pretty obvious oversight, if I'm being honest with you. Why wouldn't you put a mute button from within the bloody lobby? For the love of God, it seems like a pretty obvious thing. I wonder if I can just turn player engine opponent volume. Why can't you turn talking off? This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Turn that off so I can actually hear the guy. Sound effects, environmental, like, I don't get it. Am I missing something here? There has to be a way to mute people. I refuse to believe that they could have given that such a massive oversight. There is no button. There is nothing I can do to shut this guy up. There you go, he's left the session. Nice. Thank God for that. But anyway, that is so stupid. I'm trying to go to his name, man. I mean, he's gone now. But if I go to, I don't want to be on monitor, if I go to online lobby and go over to, say, Bill Washington, hit X on him, it goes back. So, and I've pushed damn near every other button, I think. There is no button here that appears to do anything to this guy. To Bill, that is. I don't want to kick Bill, but... Triangle doesn't work, square doesn't work. Circle and X both go back. Hey all, Lonatron, how are you, man? Great of you to stop by, even if you can't stay. My tyres aren't new. What's going on there? Okay, now I've got new tyres. That was weird. Hit R1, up, down on the D-pad, select the driver you want and mute, hit X, then choose mute. Yeah, it didn't work, man. Doesn't matter, he has gone. Let's get a bit of temp in these tyres and sort of see what pace I can do. Man, 2.7 seconds off. Who is SPE? Who's that at the top? That is a shit hot time. I think someone might have done some practice. That someone is not me. Yes, nice bit of understeer there to try and heat the front tyres up. Go back and check my mirror. But we'll get some valuable practice in since I've done no others, and then we'll head into qualifying. And hook into the third and final round of the Bathurst round. How did I end up with rounds? The last race in the Bathurst 1.2 hour event, because it's not really a race anymore, it's an actual event. This being the third bloody race of that time. What class are you guys driving, Oz Farmer? This is the GT3s, GT3 class. Are we forced to have hard tyres? I can't seem to change. Yes, that is true. For the first stint, you will be forced onto hard tyres, Mojo. Oh, got a bit funky for a second. Oh man, let's slow down to avoid giving a penalty. That sucks. Right, we're starting to dial the pace up. We've only got 25 minutes left of this session anyway, so we've used a fair bit, but I'm actually going to roll through to qualifying very shortly. I'm going to do one more flying lap, go and sort out some pit strategy, which I suggest all of you guys do the same if you haven't done it yet. Oh, giving all the walls a bit of a kiss. You can change it with pit strategy. There you go. Let's just go and have a look. This is a nothing lap anyway. So what can you do with pit strategy? Create a new pit strategy and call it B1.2H. How about that, eh? Okay, fuel and tyres. So you can take out fuel. So this is how much fuel you add. Change tyres, match all compounds. There you go, you can get a soft slick. Change pressure. How many laps are going to be? Theoretically probably about 35, I reckon. Somewhere between 30 and 35. Of course, you can change this on the fly as well, how many laps you're putting in. Damage repair, I'd suggest turning off to everyone because there is no damage. And it may well ruin your race having to sit there, wait for damage to fix that isn't real. Especially the aero stuff, I would recommend turning it off. So it looks like you can change your tyres in the pit, but it's not going to affect how you start the race by the looks of it. Make sure you set it as well. For some reason, just because you set one up doesn't make it active. You need to hit X on it to get that yellow tick, so remember that, guys. But unfortunately, we will be starting on hard compound tyres, such is life, really. Dave, you'll pick this up when you get your first proper wage. Don't slow down. It's because you cut much of the corner. Too much of the corner. Fair enough. I don't think I cut that much, actually, but whatever. Whatever. So it looks like starting fuel is whatever it is. Since we don't have a full lobby, I'd rather not kick out the randoms if I don't have to. I'd rather just leave them here and hope they don't ruin anybody's race. After all, this race is very much about trying to have a bit of fun, enjoy the experience Project Cars 2 has to offer. Not really about who wins. Having said that, I understand obviously everyone's going to want to win, and that is absolutely fine. I'll be trying to win as well. But there's someone else in. It's Boylan for the win, who is also on the microphone, so I might have to quit the lobby, restart another one with no practice, put a password on, so just be warned guys, that might have to happen. Because what I don't want is people joining in during the race with microphones on and ruining everybody's race. So in fact I certainly am. I am going to drop this server, set up a new one with password. Especially since this ridiculous game has not allowed me to mute people from within the lobby. In other news, the Australian Supercar Championship starts this weekend, which is pretty cool. And I noticed Abby Eaton, who is of course the test driver for the Grand Tour, is actually going to be down here racing one of the V8s, not in the main game, but in the Super 2s, which is like essentially the same cars that are a year or two old. So they're not really a great deal slower, but it is this second category. Your wheel will stop working. So yes, it does mean we're definitely going to be starting on hard compound tyres, and we're also going to be qualifying presumably on hard compound tyres. But during the race at some point you should be able to pit for soft compounds. Your pedals stop working beautifully. That was a bit quick. Slammed into that wall a lot harder than I thought I might. Oh, I actually clipped the wall there as well. So what happened, Ryan? Were you lifting something or did it just go? Apparently, and I'll help. I know Ryan's going to be able to talk about this in the actual chat, but I did speak to him on the phone mainly because he sent me a message and he's like, I'm literally still, I'm lying on the driveway of a customer's house. And about an hour later, it must have been an hour later, almost as a joke, tongue-in-cheek, I sent him a message and just said, how's it going, mate? Are you still lying on the driveway? To which, of course, I anticipated him to say, no, I'm not still lying on this guy's driveway. And he replied, he's like, yeah, pretty much still here on the driveway. I'm like, what the F? So I rang him. And he wasn't 100% aware of how he did it. I think he just picked it up, twisted or something. Screwed up turn one. He just sort of picked it up, twisted around awkwardly, and whatever it did, he's not 100% sure, I don't think. But it done busted his back. And he's in a discernible amount of strife with it at the moment, which is unfortunate for him. So definitely a big shout out to Ryan. Get well soon, mate. As I come up to a Mojo with a very banged up car. Visual damage is of course on. He did say his pedals stopped working. Perhaps he's still out there driving around somehow without those working pedals. What did that car start life as? Is that a Porsche? Yeah, it was a pretty straightforward move. Just went instantly with no warning, yeah. Freaked the customer out, yeah. He was saying that he was kind of freaking out, not knowing what to do, which is fair enough. Some dudes come around to your house to do some work. And next thing you know is, oh, I forgot to brake them for some reason. Didn't brain very well, did I? P-Cars looks fantastic. Hey Willie, how are you, mate? Find out how fantastic it is very shortly. I'm actually about to jump out of the lobby, start a new one with a password on it. And there'll be no practice, we'll be going straight into qualifying. See if I can't snag a bit of slipstream. It started as a Yeetle. I don't know if it started as a Yeetle, but it looks more like a Yeetle now than a Porsche. I held it pinned. Right, let's go do this lobby thing, people. Get ready, I will be setting a password. So if one of you kind folk, if there's any moderators, perhaps Ryan in the chat, please return to the pit box. Okay, my game's frozen up. This seems to happen all the time. When I try and jump out of a lobby, the game just says lol. No. Right, one more time with feeling. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hippie, I'm not even going to try and imitate that. But yeah, it just collapsed down on the driveway, absolutely screaming. Oh, you're alright, mate? Yeah, no, I'm right. I'm right. But yeah, no, apparently the customer was a bit freaked out by it all. And Ryan, who was writhing in pain, found himself there having to try and calm the customer and say, no, it's fine. This happens all the time. I snap my spine literally twice a week. That's not true, by the way. Gone spelunking trophy. Someone has been on Paladins. It's about the only thing I did while I was sick. Nut out 2 or 3 quick games. Because everyone wasn't in the CR crew, Kogan, I don't think. And I really want to avoid people, because I think you can join mid-race in Project Cars. And I want to avoid some dickhead coming in halfway through the race, screaming over the microphone, and there being absolutely nothing I can do about it. So that's the hope and the plan here. So host settings, leave it on public, but we're going to add a password in. So Ryan, perhaps if you could write down capital VW 3N1W2 T6ECC. And that'd be super swell. Everyone else can jot that down if you like, because that is the password to get into my new lobby, which I'll now save. I will turn practice off, and let's get into some qualifying, people. Thank you, Kogan. Appreciate that, sir. And if you could just leave that on your Control-C and then Control-V at every time someone goes, what was the password again? Boulder Bum, welcome dude. Left a like. Enjoy the race everyone. Thank you very much for stopping by. Yeah, their passwords do suck the D. Willie, you're quite right. They suck the Willie, actually. And I just don't get why you can't... There's a lot of things about this game I don't really understand. Just little quality of life features. But as we know, they are developing a new game. Here comes everyone, having now fumbled around and fat-fingered the password in. Okay, so TJ's also in the McLaren. I was actually legitimately going to go to the Bentley, but everyone seemed to be in the Bentley. We now have 3 McLarens, 4 McLarens. I guess everyone probably loads into this lobby of McLarens, actually, do they? I had to hire some crutches so I can actually get about the house. Thankfully the wife is of a sensational nature. Fair enough, Ryan. But this will certainly, obviously I'll give this a couple of minutes to make sure everybody gets in that they're trying to and no one's got any major dramas. And I am really hoping my voice holds out for the entire race. I really did struggle on Sunday night. Actually, that stream took it right out of me. I was shattered at work yesterday. I was so just insanely buggered after that 4-hour stream. My voice was gone. I felt like shit. I was totally tired. So keen to power through this one, finish at a reasonable time, and hopefully all will be good. Probably going to change from the GTR. Fair enough. So we are straight into qualifying, just as a reminder. I'm going to go through and mute everyone. Since I can do it out here, just in case someone's microphone accidentally comes on. Don't be offended. If you want to tell me to get effed, right now is the time. Before I mute you. So what have we got? 11 of 16. So unfortunately we haven't been able to fill the lobby, which is a shame. Of course, if you are still trying to get in, you're welcome to jump in during qualifying. But yes, 5 drivers short. It's a little disappointing. It's not where I want it to be. And if it wasn't for the mute thing, if I could just select a mute all option in the audio, then I would have just let randoms join so as to fill the lobby up. But here we are. It is what it is. And it is time to go to qualifying. So, there you go. Nick Magic has jumped back in as well. Hopefully you can stay, dude. TG Babe seems to be going alright with his ping. Alrighty. Let's get amongst it, guys. Your Stenul M6. Doing it in the... Actually, the M6 is supposed to be quite a brilliant car in Project Cars 2. Yeah, good luck all, absolutely. If you start a pairs party, that will mute everyone. Boulder Bum, absolutely classic advice. Where were you about 20 minutes ago? Thank you very much for letting me know that. That is a pro tip. If that's a real thing, if you just have to start a PS party and that mutes everyone, then that is sensational. I'm very, very happy with that piece of advice. Thank you, Boulder Bum. Yeah, Ryan might have to practice using a controller again. Yeah, doing your back is a very unpleasant thing, Ryan. Get better soon. But anyway, we're going to run the race with what we've got. It's always going to be the risk of... trying to run. So there you go. Change. Don't forget your pit strategy, guys. If you saw that then, mine re-defaulted back to default. So remember to put on your proper pit strat. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about the tuning, so qualifying is going to be on the hard compound tyres. Yeah, always a bit of a risk, of course, when you try a new game. Try and get a full lobby together, but that's okay. 11 is better than 4. And I think 11's about all that finished race 1 of the Gran Turismo one, given a couple of people dropped out early in the piece.
Go steady on the outlap until you get the temperature into the tyres and start to build the grip.
Great advice from the team there, thank you. Try and get some temperature in the tyres, in the brakes. Bit of deliberate understeer there. It is a 15-minute qualifying session, if you were wondering. Trying to get lots of understeer there. The front left tyre is the coldest one, although bouncing off the wall isn't really what I was going for. It's only an outlap though, so no big deal. Of course, if you have just joined, I did turn damage off because yeah, a lot of us, myself included, are still new to this game, trying to get used to the car physics and whatnot, and I really didn't want to risk ruining races because of damage. But to be fair, Gran Turismo had damage off as well, so... Hey, half the race gone. Good race, chaps. We'll catch as much as possible in cycling around Copenhagen. We'll have fun, man. Now your steering wheel won't work, DJ Brain. Jump out, dude. Exit the game, jump back in, and only use your steering wheel to select your menu options. Put your controller down, step back. Because that one has stung me a few times. Alright, here we go, guys. It is time to start qualifying. I'm probably a little bit too close here to Revolver, to be honest. Definitely going to be too close here, but I will do my best. So does this feel closer to iRacing than GT Sport? I mean, it's different. It is very different. All three games are so different in so many ways. Certainly has a lot more sim elements to it, like iRacing. Oh, a bit of a wall slap there. What am I doing with my life? I would have said, oh man. I've been validated, so it's time to back off from Revolver. Probably need to concentrate on the qualifying lap, to be honest, because I've just cocked that up. But I think a few months ago I would have said yes, it does feel a lot closer to iRacing than Gran Turismo. But since Gran Turismo added all that grip, remember they had a new tyre model and a new physics model as well, both of which seem to have given the car a lot more grip. Unfortunately, Revolver slowed down, so I'm actually going to try and just overtake him here. Looks like he's bailed out of his lap as well. But yeah, I mean, in terms of sim elements, having tyre temperature, brake temperature, track temperature, all these sorts of things, a slightly more realistic suspension geometry. All of these things do categorise it closer to iRacing, but in terms of the feel of the car, they're just so wildly different. Alrighty, let's try again. Ah, it is Speedy Tyres. That's who it was. Damn you, Speedy Tyres, in your practice. don't forget to tickle the like button. You can tickle it, you can slap it, you can smash it, you can thumbs up it, you can do whatever you like. But if you are enjoying yourself, a like is very much appreciated for sure. Getting up on that curb is not appreciated, however. Oh! That was a little unexpected. That was very unexpected, actually. I have someone behind me as well. They'll be taking life out of those tyres. Jeez, it'd be nice to do a banker. I've gone to water as soon as qualifying's hit. Oh no, whoever that was behind me has had a big stack. Now what was look behind me? That's change view. Circle. Okay, I do have a look behind me button. Why did you pick Bathurst, Hugh? It's all still part of the Bathurst 1.2 hour event I've been running in conjunction with the real life Bathurst 12 hour, which was a couple of weeks ago now. But it's the end of that. So that's why I chose Bathurst. Righto, one more time with feeling before qualifying actually runs out. I'll see if I can get at least one decent lap on the bloody board. You definitely have to get used to G or the project cars too. Oh no! It's cocked that up as well. Geez, I'm having a real rough go of it in quali. It's nice to see the dipper doesn't have grass in the middle of it. So old man currently leading the way with a 207.2. That is so fast. That is just leagues above and beyond where I'm currently at. I would have loved to have done some practice during the week. That was my intention, but with how sick I was, the best laid plans did not come to fruition, and I haven't turned a wheel until today. I've got a one spot penalty, do I? Is that what that is? That +1 position? So I very briefly grabbed second. Back down to third, and it looks like I've got a 1 grid spot penalty. That sucks. What did I do? I was very loose over the top of the mountain. Not a clean run, clean section at all, and a shocking run out of Forest Elbow. You can see my delta just losing tenths of a second. Look at that, down to 0.398 already. I was over 5 tenths up. Somehow found myself behind Revolver again despite all of that. I feel like I'm going to be a little bit close to Revolver here to do anything about it. And we do have 12 people in the race too, so that is good. There's only 4 empty spots, which is better. Oh, the cab on the inside, not ideal. See if I can't get a bit closer to Revolver over the top of the mountain. Try and get in the slipstream with that big fat bitch as we honk down Conrod Straight. Oh, and the Bentley goes into the wall, so I decided I'd follow him in. And then nearly dropped the ass around McPhillamy. Alright, this is where things go. Yeah. That is unfortunately the end of this lap. See if I can cross the line and have one more crack at it. The tyres have got to be on their way out, but they are hards, so at least they're up to temperature. I've burned a bit of fuel off, down to only 19 litres now. Only 5 cars should be a track. Spa is coming, people. Get excited. But will it be this one, or will it be the March update? Okay, I have one more roll at the dice here. One more throw. Spa or Silverstone. Silverstone is definitely still to come. A lot of wheel spin as I got up on that curb, unfortunately. Flat spotted that pair of tyres. Set. Tyres generally come in 2 pairs. Oh, too much understeer, too hot into there. I don't think I'm going to improve my time away from me to go across the sector here. But I'm afraid 1.5 seconds is the deficit to Old Man. Very good lap from Old Man. And Speedy Tyres close, but no cigar. Let's just have a bit of fun with the race, eh? Hopefully Speedy Tyres can keep old man company out the front. And Skater's in the nick of time as well. We'll be starting from the back, but great to have you here. Or were you in here already? Probably already in here and I didn't notice. Alright, that is going to be it for me. Totally not in another lecture watching this. I'm not ruining my education. Yeah, B 1.2 hour is set. Estimated pit stop 37 seconds. Holy snap and dark shit. See how we go. It should feel like I have all the grip in the world once the soft compound tyres go on. Qualifying session over. That is a stonking time, no doubt about it. Hey King Jev, how are you? This is going to be fun, I hope so, Speedy Tyres. I hope so. I'm so glad I'm totally out of water as of right now. So we have 2 minutes to get your pit strategy ready. Alright, with 55 seconds to go, don't forget to ready up as well, otherwise the game will not include you in the race. I'm not on wets, no, I bloody hope I'm not on wets anyway. Hugh, find a good and Aussie car. So we're just doing this one in GT3s. And I don't think Australia has any of their own GT3 cars, so I'm going to borrow one from England for this race. I ran out of slots for available pit strategies. You think you have every situation covered. You're going to go after the race? Jump after the race start. No worries, Ryan. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Right, here we go, people. The start of the third and final Bathurst 1.2 hour event. This time, for a bit of fun, we're on Project Cars 2. Let's hope this all goes well. Best of luck to everyone. And let's go. Big flames there from the Bentley to start things off. Stick to the outside line. Probably should have set up a look left, look right button. See if we can all tiptoe through lap 1. Of course, it is 5 AM, so a little bit dark. Tyres are going to be a touch cold. It's not as dark as it is in real life, where it is pitch black. No room to overtake there, so I'll be backing off and getting acquainted with the wall early in the race. So Speedy Tyre's leading the way from Old Man in the Bentley at the moment. Old Man obviously starting on pole, so Speedy Tyres did get the jump. Now hopefully we all made it across the top of the mountain nice and safe. It looks like there's a few gaps there, but nothing major. So hopefully it was all nothing more than an innocent bit of bouncing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, Mojo. You've missed, you've not read it up. Is that what's happened there? I did a quick toilet break. Man, you should let me know. I definitely would have waited. Mind you, I don't think there's anything I could do about it. I think the timer did actually run out, so I'm sorry to hear that, mate. That is a real shame, but unfortunately nothing we can do about it now, obviously. Did Daniel miss out either, as well? He was still saving your pit strat. Oh, everyone's been called out by timing. That is no good to lose two competitors so early in the race. That is no good at all. Just timing catching people out there, unfortunately. We are 3 minutes into the race, so it's probably not fair on everyone else though if I did restart the race, although I am tempted to restart the race just to try and get everybody included in it, because it is a long race. We're not going to be having another one tonight, but again, I don't want it to be unfair for those people, especially the two out in front. And I don't even know if we can easily restart the race session or not. So yeah, when I said that you make sure you're ready up, guys, I really was being 100% serious. So we're down to 9 people, so that actually really sucks. That's seven empty spots in this race. It's a very long race for 9 people. I don't know. I really am tempted to restart this race. What does everyone else think? Mojo's saying keep going. TJ Deacon has left the session as well. We're down to 8. 1.2 hours is a bloody long time for 8 people to do the race. A very bloody long time. It's mainly the couple of guys in front of me, I suppose. The guys behind, not too worried about. But the two in front, would you be happy to restart? Wouldn't change gear. I should probably get off the grass and stop reading chat. How hard is it to restart the race, people? I got a sneaking suspicion though we'd have to restart qualifying and everything. I will read that in a sec. I'm just gonna try and get through the top of the mountain. There is a quick restart, is there? Actually losing time here as I'm trying to... Restart is fair. Let the guys at the front take the front again, yeah. I think I'm going to restart it. I am. I've quit to the pits, so sorry guys, but we're going to try and get some more people back in here because I don't want this to end up the way it has. But there is no way to quickly restart it, so the only way to do it is to quit out the server and rejoin again and have another crack at it. So sorry all, practice start. It looks like I'm going to have to quit out, which means we're going to have to do bloody qualifying again. Oh, frustrations. Yeah, my game's just shit itself anyway, so... I think it's a long race. To lose so many people so early on in the race, I think it's... I don't think it's the right thing to do to keep going. I think we're better off giving everyone a fair crack. Especially when two people, like, there was no technical issues, they just didn't get ready in time. Do a 5-minute quali, not one lap. One not lap, yeah. One hot lap, I reckon you mean. That's what I think I'll do, Oz Farmer. One hot lap of qualifying. Let the pace still sort everyone out. Let's get into it. Unfortunately, these things do happen. I'm wondering if I'm going to cut the race down to 1 hour, I think. It's only 15 minutes off, but it's 20 to 10 already. And the problem is the way we're going, it's going to be very, very late. Yeah, 3 people didn't ready up and you had gearbox issues. It's too many to lose 4 people that early. It's just too early. Okay. There is your password. So if somebody that's hanging around in the chat could jot the password down and get ready to Control V. Yeah, and then everyone, for the love of God, please ready up. So it's 161 RMC SK E5AL. I think that was right. So qualifying is now going to be a 5-minute session, which should be enough for everyone to pump in 1 flying lap. What do you reckon? Should I cut it back to an even 1 hour race or keep it in the spirit of the 1.2 and do 1 hour and 15 minutes? What do you reckon, guys? It's only 15 minutes between friends. I suppose let's just keep it as it is. Let's just do it. So that's all I needed to do. Practice is gone. Qualifying's 5 minutes and then we'll have another crack at it. So I'm going to hit start. I'm also going to go and film a drink, but I'd like to take this opportunity since it's empty at the start of a 1.2 hour race. While you guys all jump in. I'll be back in 1 moment. Okay, as people slowly trickle back in, we'll have another crack at this. And hopefully it all goes well and according to plan. And as Ozfarmer points out, don't forget once you get back in there to change your pit strategies and set the ones that you've set up. I would recommend against doing pit strategies between qualifying and the race to try and avoid this issue of people not being readied up. Hey Chris, how are you, mate? You're going to race it? You can, if you jump in right now, Chris, you've got a few minutes. You might have to start at the back of the grid, but if you jump in right now, mate, you will make the start of the race. Excuse me. Right, so Chris obviously can still join during qualifying. The password, hopefully someone will paste that in there for you. Oh, you can't anyway. That's fine. Let's get into it, people. Let's ready up. I haven't muted anyone, so for the love of God, can you all please make sure the microphones are on mute. Let's get out and do qualifying, get your pit strategy set up, and then ready up before the race, because I don't want to restart this again.
Charlie.
So obviously TJ has figured out that his microphone is available.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
You didn't get a notification, Sim? Ah, no good, man. But yeah, you've got time, Sim, and there's a spot. So if you can get in, mate, absolutely get it done. This, honestly, it's been at 81% for a while. I'm unsure if it's going to load. Maybe it is. This is seemingly taking longer than the other times to load up. Question mark? No, here we go. Okay, so pit strategy, go and set your pit strategy that you want. Don't forget to do it. Qualifying is on. Get out, set a lap. Let's get it done. Wait, are you in the McLaren? Brownie, yes I am. Yes, I certainly am in the McLaren.
Okay, you know the drill. Cold tyres, the car's going to be slippery. Just build it up nice and steady.
So it is pretty much going to be, wow, Chris really using all of the road and a little bit of grass there to warm his tyres up. Of course, unlike Gran Turismo Sport, if you're just joining, there is tyre temperature and brake temperature. We don't have time to cock up a lap, so we, me included, will want to make sure that there's none of the same hoo-ha as last time. Get a nice banker in. That will give you a spot on the grid. Ready for the race. And hopefully those people trying to jump in at the last minute, I hope you do get in. Don't worry too much about getting out for quality. Just get your pit strategy sorted. Excuse me. And Sim is in, that is good to see. So we're up to 13 now. 13 cars, I believe. Out of 16, that's not too bad. That is only 3 empty spots, which for Project Cars 2 is not too bad. McLaren is somewhat drivable in this. Yeah, no, it's not too bad actually. The Bentley was a handful. Sim, your microphone is on there. If you could kindly mute that for me, it would be much appreciated. Why am I +1 position again? I don't get it. Anyway. I don't know why I got a penalty. Was it speeding in the pit lane? Did I leave it too long to get my pit limiter on? Whatever. I have one shot. One lap to try and get a decent lap time in. Get myself a semi-respectable spot on the grid. Let's see how I go and how everybody goes. Oh dear. A bit of fighting through turn 1 there, not what I wanted. Gentle down through the dipper. Momentarily forgot to commentate then. Such was the concentration, and I'm too deep into the elbow. And then I waited too long to get on the throttle anyway, so not a good run through there. Nonetheless, it's going to be what it is. He took off early from the pits. Okay, Ozfarmer, I missed that. I know, Sim, you're out of the session quickly, my friend. Jump back in as soon as you can. There you go, he's back in, that's good. Might have to start from the back of the grid, but that doesn't matter. Actually over braking now. That is the end of qualifying for me, so what did I manage? 209.4. Not where I'd like to be. I'd love to be down the 207s. Old man's pumped out an even faster time. It was a 208.3 or 4, I think, in the first qualifying. Unfortunately, we've had to do a second qualifying, so he's dropped to 207.9, a very handy, dandy, shandy time. And Speedy Tyres about a half a second off, and I'm about a second behind him. So we'll see how we go. Return to pit box. Alright, again, confirm your pit strategy is set. As we go for take 2. This time with 13 people in the lobby. Very happy to say that. We're only a couple of free spots. Pardon me, sorry about the coughing. There's 2 lots of marker cones. The second one is the end of lots, I think. Okay. Okay. So I'm using that first lot of... I'm using the iRacing pit release. Just in the lobby. You won't be able to go out on track sim. Hopefully it loads through in between sessions for you. It's only a minute to go. So hopefully it does drop you in. Speedy Tyres somehow managed to get a second lap in. So qualifying is not actually over. It is now. Will we have Rain Mojo? Yes. Yes, it was confirmed on the website. Right, congratulations everybody. Speedy Tyres, he actually did pinch pole. So well done. Now remember, for the love of God, everybody, ready up. Do not, under any circumstances, not hit ready. That's exactly what happened in the first attempt here, and that is why we are starting again, because people missed that. So please, Staniel, Old Man, and DJ Brain. There we go, Staniel's done it. 2 to go, DJ Brain and Old Man. I know... Okay, just DJ to go. I know it does say a minute 20 left, however, that's what the problem was last time, and with a minute to go, apparently it just decided to load through to the race. So hopefully everybody got in this time. I think some people missed it. There's only 11 people in there. But this time we are underway. Take 2. Here we go. Race time. And we go for the third, and this time hopefully final. Oh, bit of a kiss there. Oh, it's messy turn 1. It is a messy turn 1. And unfortunately, I've found myself out on the grass Oh, whoa, okay. I'm not sure who that was in the Bentley, but unfortunately I've been skid straight into the wall, so back to ninth. What a fantastic start. Staniel is facing the wrong direction with a lot of panels missing on his car. What a messy and an awful start to the race. Nonetheless, we are underway. I'm not quite sure what happened with the Bentley there. Oh, a big impact into the wall. But plenty of action happening on lap 1 of this 1 hour and 15 minute race. Oh, and around goes Nick Magic. Oh, wow. I really didn't think I was that close to the wall then. Jeez, I've had an absolute Barry Crocker myself now, haven't I? Found myself on the wrong side of the track through turn 1 and bounced off a Ferrari into the grass. I then get escorted into the wall on Mountain Straight by a Bentley. And now I've smashed the windshield, so exactly the way I really wanted to start this race. Right, let's try and regroup, regather, and push on. You missed out, Sim. Sorry to see that, man. Unfortunately, just a little bit late. I know that you didn't get a notification. Dates and times were up on the website though, so perhaps next time just make yourself a little note of when that'll be. Hopefully you won't miss it. Oh, and TJ is around and into the wall. It is going to be a war of attrition as people get used to the feeling of project cars. I couldn't be more pissed off, and I'm going to have to do this entire race with a cracked windshield now. Oh, skaters hard into the wall as well. Oh! No, where I could go then. Sorry, skater. I was at full momentum. I was actually on hard brakes as well. Trying to avoid contact there, but not much I could do. As the sun comes up over Bathurst for what has been an absolute fustercluck of a race so far. See if I can do anything about the people in front of me a long way up the road. Having been caught back with a bit of live action. Let's see, Ring Driver is next on the list. We'll see if I can't catch up to him. A bit loose through there. Is that what Speedy does when he's frustrated? What's that? When he's flustered? What, a flustercluck? Quite possibly. Yeah, it's a shame you couldn't get in on Farmer. Next time, mate. Tractor's got priority again. Unfortunately, the world doesn't stop for races. It'd be nice if it did, though. as I go 3/10 slower through that first sector, despite declaring that I was wanting to catch up to people. Not really making a great deal of impression on them. I am a long way behind, unfortunately, after the first part, so I think for me, it's just going to be about racing consistently. Hopefully from now on. Oh, as I turn into the wall again, I'm just not getting that right at all. I think your microphone is unmuted as well, Staniel. I really screwed up by not muting everyone, didn't I? Ah, you love to see it.
Okay, that's your best sector 2 today.
So there you go. I am catching Ring Driver just a few seconds up the road there.
Personal best. Great job.
What was my previous lap? He said personal best. I didn't even see what it was. Trying to read chat. So 2:10 in race. Again, slower than where I'd like to be. Probably get off the grass, concentrate on the track for a bit. But slowly chipping away at Ring Driver. Hopefully I'll get there to offer up a challenge soonish. But what a huge event the Bathurst 1.2 hour has been this year. I don't know what it was that possessed me to do 3 races, because that's what this is, the third and final race. If you missed, obviously, the Gran Turismo event on Sunday night, there were 2 1.2 hour races there due to the amount of people that were trying to get a race to. Well, that's a bit of a shocking old line there through the S's. And on top of that, I did that 12-hour Bathurst race on iRacing with Rory, with Here He Is, just before that. So it's fair to say the end of this race will mark the end of my Bathurst driving for quite a while, I'd imagine. And it does seem to be usually the go, though, this time of year, because I do so many Bathurst type events. Certainly in the last couple of years. Last year especially. With all the Bathurst races, I really didn't do much running at Bathurst at all between sort of this date in February, right the way through to October when the Bathurst 1000 was on. So I've done a lot of laps of Bathurst in 2019 already. And you can visibly see now how much closer to both Ring Driver and DJ Brain I am. Unfortunately, Speedy Tyres and Old Band have bolted at the front, but they look to be driving together, which is good. I like to see some competition. They're less than a second apart. Of course, we are on hard compound tyres due to the fact that I locked settings down, so people couldn't have their own custom settings. It did restrict everybody to starting on hard compound tyres, but the pit stops, there is at least one mandatory pit stop, so everybody will be pitting in this race. But I think weather's probably going to dictate potentially anyway. Come into there a bit loose again, actually, haven't I? Oh, really need to stop giving the dipper a bit of a kiss on the way through. Just give it a quick peck on the cheek every lap I do. I need to stop. That's why my windshield's broken. Dave, how's the race going? I have to keep popping out of the stream when the boss is around. Fair enough, too. You're only 11 seconds off. Yeah, 12.5 seconds off the lead at the moment, so... You never know what can happen. It is a long race. McLaren feels good. I'm catching Ring Driver and DJ Brain, so we should have plenty of live action coming up soon, hopefully. It's like the first little piece of lap traffic coming up. You got work in the morning, Squiddy. Have a great race, everyone. See you next time. No worries. Thank you for stopping in, mate. Appreciate that. Remember, everybody, if you are enjoying yourself, I know the race isn't particularly old. We've had a few dramas during the streams and whatnot, and a longer practice session. But if you are enjoying yourself, then do remember to leave a like before you leave, because it does help me and the channel out a great deal. And especially for a game like Project Cars, which I haven't done a lot of coverage on on my channel. Whoops, Daniel's in the wall there. Managed to avoid him as he comes to terms with this game, car and tyre model, and the hard compound tyres. I've given that inside. I don't know what I'm doing. I've lost all concept of where the car is at the moment. Yeah, man, I kissed that. There's Nick Magic there. I'll see if I can sneak around the outside. I can't. I don't know where he is. Oh, and I'm into the wall again. I'll see if I can get past. I think he is just lap traffic there. Had a restart. Yeah, you're just filling in people on what's going on. Thanks, Hippie. So, catching back up to Ring Driver, but it does look like DJ Brain has actually bolted. He's now some 6 seconds in front of Ring Driver, and I've actually dropped a couple myself. A few rough laps and just getting caught up with Nick Magic. Oh, and then missing turn 1 doesn't help. Tyre wear looks decent, only 15 minutes into the race, so plenty of time to go. Oops. You want to become a member, but Android won't let you. I certainly appreciate the sentiment. I don't really know how to do it on your phone. Should have put a cushion under my ass before I started this. That's what I should have done. I have taken more knocks than a front door so far this race. It's not been my cleanest one to finish it all off on. And again, with that lack of awareness of where the car is. I don't know why I'm getting fooled by this. I mean, how many laps did I do on iRacing? And I never just clipped the wall like that. Yeah, YouTube gaming is the way to go for sure. That is true. I forgot about that, Hippie. Oh. There's an unwanted mistake that's just going to cost me 10 seconds. I managed not to go around, but... Easily my most mistake-riddled race I've done so far. And this is the 4th Bathurst race I've done, 4th endurance. Can't believe I'm messy. 3.7 seconds I dropped.
Get back on it. Come on, push hard. You can do it.
Let's see if I can have a couple of good laps here. Down to 45 litres of fuel. No change in the weather just yet. YouTube Gaming is gone. App has been disbanded. Ah, great job, YouTube. Create an app that took years for people to figure out they needed. Well, that's actually shit for me because that was the only place you could get a join button when I was not live.
I'm touching myself today.
Someone's dropped through a donation. I'm going to try and read that as I go over the top of the mountain. See who that was from. Can I get through without crashing? I don't want to miss it. Oz Farmer drops another donation. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your donation as always. Very much appreciated. I know I do say this all the time, but obviously the financial donations go straight back into the channel itself. And there is actually a new game that I wanted to buy. I don't know if people are going to like it or not. I took a pump with Dakar. That one I bought myself. But I'm thinking of possibly using the tiny little pool of YouTube money that is sitting there to buy a new game. And no, it's not Dirt Rally 2. Something a little bit different. Again, I'm sure if you guys would like it, but I'm thinking it might be fun and a cool way just to hang out and chill out on stream. So that very donation may well be utilised for that thing. Big lock up there. From your point of view, you didn't see, you didn't want 2 separate platforms, for one thing. I completely agree. It's now just YouTube with a gaming channel that's hosts certain things, and that is really I mean, YouTube Gaming was set up initially as a competition to Twitch, a more of a gaming type feel and platform, where you could go and easily find live streams and things like that. But 2 things happened. Number one, not that many people switched. The reality was people were used to the normal YouTube platform, so that's what they stuck to, and you have to appreciate that. And unless YouTube Gaming really offered something substantially better and gave people a reason to use that platform instead of regular YouTube, which it did not, by the way. So I'm back into a rhythm, but unfortunately after my mishap I am still 5 seconds behind Ring Driver, so the charge continues to try and catch him, as it does look like the sunshine is starting to turn into cloud. Just got Super Chap on this app. Yeah, right. My summer car. No, I've already got that, man. You can see those videos live on my channel right now. No, it is not. It is quirky though. As I say, it's not Dirt Rally. Oh, what have I done? Made yet another mistake at the same corner. God, I'm having such a messy and terrible time. Not doing myself any favours at all. Yeah, I sense it's getting cloudy too. I sense the temperature's going out of the track too. Don't know when PCARS 3 is coming, Tomkey. I think PCARS 3 is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to quite be the same setup as P-Cars 2. I think they're going for a little bit less simulator. I could be wrong there. They're modelling it on some old game I never played. They said they want to make it more like that, which is a previous one of theirs. And I don't think it's a sim platform like P-Cars 2. Well, certainly not as much of a sim platform, so unfortunately for me it has sucked some of the excitement out of it. And they have seemingly walked away from Project Cars 2 mostly. In terms of bug fixing and quality of life improvements and things like that. Oh, Jesus, I'm actually getting really pissed off with myself now. I don't understand how this car is so wide. How many hours of this track have I done over the last 3 weeks? And I've never had a drama with just randomly clipping the wall. Streamlabs donations are better for that. Streamlabs donations are definitely the best way to go. If you do want to donate, I mean, obviously... There you go, so he's expecting some light drizzle. I've done it again! I'm actually getting genuinely pissed off with myself here. I don't know why I'm making so many mistakes, but it is starting to piss me off. We're only 25 minutes into the race, and I've now made more mistakes here than I have in probably 8 hours of driving around Bathurst over the last month. YouTube does take, I believe, 30%. 30% of Super Chat donations is kept by YouTube. Streamlabs, they only withhold a small amount for the PayPal transaction. So if you did want to donate financially, obviously any way that's easiest for you is totally appreciated by me. So you do whatever you prefer to and whatever you're comfortable with. Well, there's TJ there. It's nice to see someone is in fact making more mistakes than me, because I didn't think that would be possible right now. Yes, yeah, so YouTube does take 30% off Super Chat. But again, if you do want to donate financially, any way you would like to is more than appreciated by me. And certainly nobody does have to do that. But if you are wanting to know what the best way is for me personally, I would say the Streamlabs way. Oh man, oh wow. There goes the rest of my windshield. Okay, please give me a gear. Having an absolute nightmare of a race now. This is not one to enjoy. I've dropped somewhere in the vicinity of 20 seconds behind my next competitor. And now my windshield is totally smashed, so geez, I'm having a shocking time here. Change view. I'm going to have to change view. Which I didn't want to do. I enjoy the immersion of being in the car, but I do not enjoy the immersion of being so far down. And I'm at that point now where I'm so far behind, I cannot see myself recovering any positions. So a bit of a shame that I have my fourth and final Bathurst race of the season, the Bathurst season if you will, has been comfortably my worst. Might as well play out the freaking wall again, eh? I mean, that's not distracting at all. Unfortunately, I may have to switch to this view. Just gotta get back to work. No worries. Thanks, Harvey. This thing isn't a dog. Brownie? I mean, it sort of is, I guess. I have to relearn all my braking markers and everything. Now there's the rain, and for the fourth consecutive lap, I have dropped it on that corner. Jesus, I don't even know what to say at this point. This feels weird driving up here anyway. I did not choose. What is my select button? Oh no, I've just gonna get a time penalty out now because I've turned that off, and I've missed my pit stop. Penalised for speeding in the pit lane, and apparently, after all of that, I can't change my strategy anyway. Oh, there we go. So I have got a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pits. I'm now out in the rain, so this race is just going from better to worse for me. There we go. I knew I set up a button somewhere. This feels so weird. I feel like I'm sitting on the roof now. Bit of sunshine over the top of the mountain.
Some light drizzle over the pit. Keep your eyes peeled. You make the call if you want wet, shut it.
So anyway, learning by doing. I couldn't have cocked this race up anymore if I tried, I don't think. Definitely feels weird racing from the roof. Feels like damage is on now, I know. Yeah, Oz Farmer, hopefully you guys... It's such a shame that half the country's in drought and half is in searing... Well, it floods and stuff around there has been. Look at that, I actually made it through this corner for once. Let's try this one more time as Nick Magic takes the shortest approach in the pits. And I finally found my pits, which I went straight past last time as I was worrying about the pit strategy. So I've done an extra pit stop on top of everyone, and it gave me a 10-second penalty. And I've had that many crashes, it's just all ridiculous.
Ready? Go! Go!
Oh, that was it. Did that change my tyre? I don't think it changed my tyres. So this time I wait for those cones. Yeah, I'm not on wet, so it hasn't changed my tyres. So, I mean, I have no idea what's happening. But I am not on wet tyres. I'm on same as I was. You can see I'm on the hard slick still. Don't really understand why I didn't change the tyres. Obviously the rain setup. Like, what did I do wrong here? This was definitely always going to be a learning experience for me, but I don't know what else am I going to do here? The rain setup had wet weather tyres on it. Thank you, Staniel. Get off the freaking wall, man. 43 minutes of hell remaining. I just need to... I really don't know what to do here.
Hit request confirmed. Hit anytime.
Because you can't select tyres anywhere here. Tyre compound wet. There you go. Doesn't drop it on that corner yet again. Select strategy. It's definitely on rain. I mean, why did it not change tyres? I don't understand. Let's try again. All I can do is just keep hitting until it gives me freaking tyres, man. Okay, so it's giving me some more fuel, which is great. My rear wings come off. That's fine.
Go! Go!
I don't want to go. I want some freaking tyres, man. I don't get it. Tyre compound, look at that, it even says wet. How about I just go automated by weather? I don't understand. That is, I've pitted with the right strategy on rain tyres twice now and it hasn't given me wet weather tyres, so why is this so hard? I don't understand this game at all, and I'm getting really shitty with it, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I don't get why this is not changing my tyres. Here we go. If we go over that, you can see there they're all still on hard slicks. Adjust strategy. Okay, this time we're going to try automated by weather. That's what it's on. That's about all I can do is just keep... I mean, this is going to be my third pit stop now. No, my fourth pit stop. So, yeah, not really enjoying myself here with this. This is ridiculous. I don't really understand the point of having a pit strategy if it's not going to put the tyres on. But again, this being a learning experience, this is the first time I've run weather in a race. I've only really done one other practice race, which I didn't run any wet weather on. Did you have tyres set to be changed on pit setup before the race start? I don't know, I was farmer. As far as I'm aware, yes, I did. In fact, I know I did. I reckon I could rewind the stream and see where that happened. Because you have to turn them on to select the type of tyres. If you don't have changed tyres selected, there's a run wide again there. The tyres are completely cold now. I've totally run out of grip. And this is just kind of ruining my race and my interest in this race, if I'm being honest with you. Oh. Oh no, I was going to try and push him and I've ended up going straight through him. Oh, this is the worst thing that's ever happened on my channel. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. Okay, the tyres are lit out now. So, okay, don't choose wet. You have to choose automated by weather. Otherwise, it just doesn't change them. So, I don't really understand if this is a bug, a known game glitch. Whatever it is has ruined my race. This is the 4th pit stop I've done. Not to mention all the laps I've had to do on old, worn, soft compound, hard compound slicks.
Release and go.
I don't know, I'm going to have to look up, I don't know if everyone else, how do you change to wet? Nick, use the up arrow on your steering wheel, go down to race strategy, adjust strategy, and then put on automated by weather. Don't use wets, because I tried for wets and it did not work. It has taken 4 pit stops now to get a set of wet weather tyres on my car. No, they're on wets. They're definitely wet weather tyres. So that's my race completely ruined, and it looks like plenty of other people as well. Hopefully old man and ring driver have a good time at the front. And I've got a 10-second penalty on top of that as well. I do finally have a little bit of traction back though. And I really hate this view. So yeah, unsure if this is a known bug, but if anyone else is struggling to get wet weather tyres on it, automated by weather, not wet. But I do have a tiny bit of grip now. That's 3rd place there. That's ring driver. Presumably I have been lapped by the front 3 or 4 now. So what an absolute abortion of a race. I have to admit I'm not having the best time. I'll be glad when this is over. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it a bit. Ooh, big lock up on the wets. He got disconnected, DJ Brain. Oh, man. That is so wet just there. Yes, obviously an experimental race, but you gotta say, it's not going particularly well at this point, is it? I mean, predominantly for me, I can tell you that I'm not having a good time at all, but I don't think it's going all that well for anyone. And I mean, the race is now over for me. I'm 2.5 minutes behind the leader, thanks to the pit stops. And a bit of bad driving, but mainly pit stops. This windshield is awful to look through. That roof view is just so damn high. Looks like the sun might even be coming back out again now. So I would have to say at this stage that I need to do a bit more learning. But I would not run weather in an endurance race again. I wonder if because you lock down settings... Get off the grass. Yeah, I don't know, Oz Farmer, I don't know. But whatever it is, it's gone. It's gone catastrophically wrong. And it has somewhat ruined the race for me anyway, taking all the sting right out of it. Anyway, I think at this point it's probably time for me to take my focus off the race, because I'm just spiralling and getting angry with my lack of enjoyment. So let's talk about some other stuff. As I said, motorsport season is nearly in full effect. The World Superbikes, I don't know if anybody watches the Superbikes, but the World Superbikes started up on the weekend here in Australia at Phillip Island. And a pretty dominant Ducati performance there, taking out all 3 races. With Alvaro Bautista fresh across from MotoGP. This weekend is the Clipsal 500, which is the Adelaide street race for the Australian Supercars. I'm very much looking forward to that. As I said earlier in the stream, Abby Eaton, who is the test driver for the Grand Tour, is actually participating in this secondary class called the Super 2s. They are basically the full-blown supercars, they're just a year or 2 old. And to be honest, they're not a great deal. The lap times are not a huge amount. Oh, speedy tyres, fair positions in the wall. Ring driver also on a bit of strife here, showing his 2nd position, and he is. So speedy tyres did actually just lose that spot on track 2 ring driver. Some behind him, I might just pick the speed of the windshield up. Mind you, I am looking at this race through a couple of small cracks. Yeah, I don't know, Oz Farmer, I might have a few pit stops left ahead of me yet, if it doesn't put slicks on when I try and follow ring driver around for now, but it looks like Speedy Tyres has certainly lost a lot of time to old man, who is well versed in project cars, understands how the game works. And I'm sure we'll be able to spread some light on what's happened to me and why I had to pit 4 times for wet weather tyres. And yeah, of course I got a 10-second penalty for speeding in pit lane. I'll give you a 5 at a punt, Mojo. Lol. I mean, I'm not going to, but it is a funny prospect. I'd have to give up even more valuable time to drop back to him, though. That's the that'll be the other killer. Now I'm pretty content just sitting behind ring driver unless Speedy Tyres catches back up. Then I'll jump out of the way, given that I am a freaking lap down. Thank you, Project Cars. And welcome to Project Cars to me. This is all part of the experience, is learning the nuances of each racing game, and they all have them. Even Gran Turismo has a lot of things that if you don't know, you don't know, if you understand what I mean. Like, yeah, for a newbie to come along and kind of go, how does this work? What about $50 with adding dice here? I will not whore myself for money, people. I will not whore myself for money. One of the advantages of not attempting to do YouTube as a full-time job because I don't really have to worry about where how I'm going to pay for my bills. So I don't need donations. They all help. They really do. They actually really, really do. To provide better content. So I definitely do love them and appreciate them. But I am not required to haul myself out for money. Not yet. So 100 is out of the question. Only on Mojo, no one else. Oh, I wouldn't take anyone else out. Mojo's the only person I'd consider. But no, Mojo's obviously not having the best of races either, because he's in 7th and he's, you know, 16, 17 seconds behind me. I couldn't possibly kick a brother while he's down. I know what it's like to be miserable in this game, because here I am living that dream. I think our wet weather pace is picking up. I don't know if that means it's drying out or not, but the biggest shame was that it's nothing to do with the pace sort of thing. I've had relatively decent pace, although I have made a number of big screw-ups all by myself. But the pit stops have really taken my race from being a problematic race to just a meme. This race is a meme. Pit crew said it's starting to rain. Make the call. So I'm coming into the pits, they put on slicks. Yeah, exactly. A huge amount of wheel spin there as I ride that curb. Farming is not like taking ecstasy. Oh, lol. So even the chat's getting quirky now. Who's actually in 5th? Skater. How is he 2 seconds further behind the leader than I am? I don't really understand that timing there on the side. Or am I 2 minutes behind him? Couldn't possibly be 4 laps. Actually, I could well be 4 laps. Actually, Mojo's just gone. He has disconnected, so this P-Cars 2 race, I've got to say, is turning into an unmitigated disaster for just about everybody, except for maybe old man. I mean, ring driver's going along here nicely, and it's nice to sit behind 2nd place. People fresh into the stream will go, oh, this guy's in 3rd. That's, you know, if they can't see the top left-hand side of the screen. As I just cruise around behind 2nd. It's just wings and body panels and shit strewn all over the track. Oh no, and all the way around he goes. I've managed to avoid contact with him. But that is ring driver out of contention as the sun begins to shine. I think the rain might very slowly be easing a little bit. We can nearly get away with turning them off now. There goes my Hundo. What happened, Mojo? as the war of attrition continues, we'll see there's down to only 8 people left in this race. Man, what a meme this race has become. I'm really going to have to think long and hard about the next Project Cars 2 race. I do. Certainly endurance race. It's not so bad when you just sort of open lobbies and have short fun races, because if one just goes tits up, it doesn't matter, you know, 15-20 minutes time you'll be racing something else somewhere else. But it's fair to say the first endurance race the first proper endurance race I've run on this channel has not gone well at all. Oh, I've come in a bit hot there. Oh, speaking of coming in too hot, skater! Not much I could do. I slowed down as much as I could as more body panels get ripped off. I was unable to avoid him on the wet surface there, just sliding in to smash into the back of him. That was not for position, so I was in fact over a friggin' lap behind him. That is just sad. That makes me feel bad. Oh no, that was for position. No, my bad. There you go. I got a spot. Yay! Look at me go. I actually overtook someone. Track does appear to be drying out at this stage. "20 minutes to go." I think it's fair to say I have no idea how much fuel I'll actually need to get to the end of this race. And I don't know where to find those kinds of details. But let's go back to selecting that as my strategy. So you can see soft slicks. Okay, so according to that, 61 litres is 19 laps. Now I have 92 litres of fuel. So the question is, how many laps is that going to get me? There's only 20 minutes to go. It's enough. I can remove all fuel from the pit stop. Oh, there's a slam into the wall yet again. Lock up there. Creep around the outside of the corner. So I'm going to go and turn just strategy. Oh, on the grass.
20 minutes remaining.
Turn the fuel right down. Trying to adjust the fuel and do this. I think I'll remove the fuel because I'm going to get to the end on fuel. Now I have requested slicks. It's an absolute mixed bag to find out if I'm going to get it or not. They may well just leave the tyres on like they did last time. There you go, soft slick is on. Not going to worry about fixing any damage. Would have been nice to select my windshield, but I don't think it's going to give me the option anyway. and see just how much the track is drying.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Repeat, yellow flag, sector 2.
Well, there's old man in first position. He's obviously had an absolute snotter. I wonder if he's going to lose second position to Ring Driver, who may well pick himself up a cheeky win here. I don't know what's happened to old man. Oh, he ran out of fuel. You are joking. I wonder if I can push him down. Oh no, so even old man who was cruising at the front, taking care of business. I wonder if maybe someone like Staniel, who I know was having a pretty tough race, although he's up to 6th by the way, so hats off there. If someone can give you a push back down or have you left. What an absolute tragedy though, to run out of fuel with a comfortable lead in this race. You weren't even looking at fuel, yeah, oof. Big oof, man. Some of the people behind me do duck into the pits. I'm going to see if I can push you down the mountain, old man. See if I can get you back to the pits.
I'm coming for you, Staniel.
See what happens when I get there, because last time someone was stopped on the track I did drive straight through them. That's got to make you sad though, running out of fuel like that. That has got to make you sad. I mean, I don't want to rub it in or anything. I am back on the lead lap now too. Are you still sitting here? Perhaps you are not.
Damn you, TJ.
Nope, so I am going to pit. I would have pitted last lap to be honest. But I'm back on the lead lap in 4th position. It's actually Speedy Tyres, so it looks like he's inherited. Oh, get around that corner. Okay, I'm basically out of grip at this point. We'll ask that people do refrain from using the microphone still. Oh, I'm reading the chat. Right, let's see how this pit stop goes. The question is, am I actually going to get... Am I going to get slick tyres, or are they just going to leave the wets on?
Check confirmed. Box now. We'll be ready for you when you get here. Gap to third place is 5 seconds. Let's take him down. 15 minutes to go.
Okay, are you going to do tyres? I think it is. Yes, it's doing tyres. No fuel's going in. I'm going to get a set of soft slicks. So it's obviously just the rain tyres. I have no car left at this point.
All clear. Away you go.
Right. So, with 15 minutes of this race, hell of a race this one. 15 minutes remaining. There is the leader to go past and lap me. Not sure who that is. I'm a little bit too close to get the name tag. It is ring driver in second, so that is first and second right there. And I now have all the grip. See if I can keep up with the front two. If they can form a bit of a battle and have one towards the end, hopefully I'll be there to watch it. Obviously I'm not going to be able to get involved. Oh man, it feels so nice having all the grip though. Your pit strategy to change to wet tyres worked for you. Okay. Engine completely shuts down. I would have pushed you back, old man. That will learn you though. Unfortunately, that old dog is going to have to learn some new tricks. Jesus, I nearly dropped it there again. Oh, I think it's actually still a little bit wet there. My car's definitely seen better days. Yeah, I'm not going to slow down to avoid being given a penalty. And there's only 7 people left in this race. Hey Oscar, how are you? The meme race really has been a war of attrition, hasn't it? Ring driver can edge a bit closer to speedy tyres. Gap seems to be pretty status quo at the moment.
Okay, you've got a back marker ahead. You're about to lap him. Let's get past him quickly.
Oh dear, oh wow, so much going on here. Staniel has accidentally, I'm sure, gotten right in the way of Speedy Tyres and Ring Driver. That has opened the door for Ring Driver to start pushing and attacking. He's closed right up now on the back of Speedy. That is of course the race for the lead, so despite the fact that this race has been something of a disaster, 1 hour and 5 minutes after we started. Oh, and Speedy Tyres does run way off the track, gets it all kinds of wrong. Ring Driver's going to have a run on him down to their final turn. No, he's not quite. Manages to hold station where he is for now. But this is going to be on. This race is by no means over. Oh, as they think about side by side into turn 1. This could be a real little snotter, actually, people. This could be a humdinger of a battle. Less than 10 minutes to go. We might actually get to see the finish we deserve. Audi versus the, is that the SLS or the AMG? It's been hard to tell from back here. Certainly a Mercedes of some sort. I'm just going to keep bouncing off the walls because apparently that's what I do now. Oh no, on the grass. Ring driver's just got out wide at McPhillamy. That has cost him a second or two. Oh, I'm still just bouncing off walls like an absolute asshole. Oh no, oh, around he goes, and unfortunately that is going to be the race. Run and done. He just got the thing sideways, held it sideways throughout the vast majority of the turn. But with 8 minutes to go, you've got to suggest now with Ring Driver facing the wrong way at Forest Elbow, this one is speedy tyres for the taking. Yeah, Ring Driver again. He's not had the best run of luck at the moment whilst he's been at the front contending for a race win. In fact, he's had a couple of shockers. Not as bad as I've had this race though. And I still have a 10-second penalty to serve. Luckily I've got a fairly substantial gap over Skater, so I think I'll be safe with that. Definitely got a feel for the game though. Well, there goes another car part just flailing down the road of the Demolition Derby. See if I can sneak past old TG Babes here. Nope, no I cannot. Was that 3 people involved in the crash there? There was... Who was in the blue AMG? That wasn't Speedy, was it? It was Speedy Tyres, who has got it all wrong. And almost unbelievably, Ring Driver has now retaken the lead. And it looks like Speedy Tyres is only 2 to 3 tenths behind him, so those two are glued together. So once again, there's going to be a titanic battle with 6 minutes to go. Those two don't want to leave each other alone. Not sure if old TJ Deacon was involved or not. It certainly didn't look like it. It looked like Speedy Tyres just got it all sorts of wrong all by himself. Was a bit loose, used too much curb. Actually, Speedy Tyres has now taken the lead, so it looks like he's gone the overtake into turn 1. I'm glad I stopped looking behind me for a second while TJ gave that spot to me. I might have ploughed straight into the back of him. Hopefully TJ can get through to the front straight. No, he's pulled out of the way straight away, wisely. I think I might do the same. I get the Conrod and I might move over to one side. Let them through and see if I can't follow the battle to the end with what is only surely about 2 minutes to go, 2 laps to go.
Remaining.
4 minutes to go, and here comes the battle behind me. I'm going to sit over at this side of the road going very slowly. and let them scream on past, see if I can pick up the action again. Actually, there's a bit of a gap between the two, so Speedy has just pulled away a little bit from Ring Driver. Let's see if they can continue this Titanic tussle right to the very end. Ooh, big lock up there. Thank you very much, Ad Van Gils, for following me. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the end of one hell of a race. Not really for the right reasons. About the only person that had a good, clean, fair race was Old Man, and he ran out of fuel. Oh, Ring Driver is out wide again, pushing hard. That may have just given Sweetie Tyres the room he wanted, the breathing room he was after. Two minutes to go, less than now, 1 minute 40. I reckon this will be our penultimate lap. Hey channel agents, how are you? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat.
I'm stuck in first gear again. With a minute to go.
Oh no, it sounds like TJ has shit another gearbox. I'm not sure what's happening there. With no damage on it, must be something to do with the steering wheel, I'd imagine. But this has got to be the final lap, unless they do it time plus 1 lap. I'm not sure. We'll find out.
I'm on the controller, Charlie.
Haha. Well, it's probably not that then. Another Project Cars bug, maybe. We have seemingly found quite a number of them tonight, which is always going to happen. I mean, we're trying an endurance race in the new game that really not many people are used to. Chances are we're always going to find a few bugs and errors. Oh, it's weird how as soon as you hit the grass at McPhillamy, it drags, pulls you to the right. Unfortunately for Ring Driver though, I think he is going to have to settle for second position, because I think Speedy Tyres is going to comfortably cruise home with a 2-second lead at the moment. Looks like I need a trip to O'Brien's. You're right, Mark, I do need a trip to O'Brien's. I busted this windshield within the first 10 minutes of this race, but that is not the worst that's happened. I had to do 4 pit stops because the game would not change my tyres. Obviously found some kind of bug and had to change the tyres to automated by weather to get them to actually put some wet weather tyres on. So myself and it looks like a few people Suffered a lot of issues with that one. That is it. That is actually the end of the race. We have finally completed this race. Congratulations, Speedy Tyres. Great win there. You stole one away from Old Man, who had everything in his bag of tricks perfect except for his fuel, which he did not have right. Can't turn TCS down. All we can really do is clutch it. Nearly got around. That's with TCS as set at default.
I'll hit the fence as soon as I can, you know. 73 mile an hour down Conrod is not the best thing in the world.
So we swing a few rando nuts there. Oh, well, that is the end of what has been obviously a fairly horror show race for a lot of people involved. I learnt a lot. I've got a lot to consider before doing another endurance race on Project Cars. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this fustercluck. Donuts for the boys, that's it. You busted the left side mirror on the first lap. I did actually. The left side of the window on the first lap. You are quite right, Chris. Quality content as per usual. Don't know about that, but appreciate you saying so, and I appreciate those of you who stuck around. Obviously, I can see from the viewer count a lot of people did not stick around, and I get that. So if you did, thank you all. I do appreciate it. We just arc up a mad burnout up against the traction control kicks in. Whoa, wow. Someone just got a lot of air. Everyone's just swinging. Look at the damage of the cars. I have no front end on mine whatsoever.
GG's, guys.
Oh, that is horrendous. A great highlight video. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't think I have a highlights video of that in me. In fact, once I end this stream, I think that is going to be the last time I ever talk about this particular race. But at least my voice held out, which is good. I didn't cough too much, which is good. And yeah, we finished with what, six drivers, or was it 6 out of the 13 we started with? So what an absolute nightmare. But this is one for the ages. I don't know about that. This is a meme. This race has been a meme. So hopefully you guys are able to get a little bit of enjoyment out of it. But again, I do want to thank you all very much for watching, especially those of you who stuck around for the entire stream. Those that are lurking silently as well. Appreciate you being here and stopping by. A massive thank you to those that were kind enough to leave a like. Hopefully there's a couple. I can't actually see them on the screen I'm at, but hopefully a few of you did leave a like. Appreciate those that come along as new subscribers as well. Welcome to the channel. Check out my channel for lots of content. This isn't necessarily the greatest example of the kind of content you'll find on my channel, but I guess it's not that far off either, is it? Let's be honest. Just like the Isle of Man stream, except that was piss funny, Chris. That was actually piss funny. This I'm not sure I would call it that. The race that shall not be named. That is a pretty good name for this race, actually. Ghosting should have been on. I nailed a crash car at the top. Yeah. Yeah, look, it is a thing. It is definitely a thing. Thank you very much to Oz Farmer as well for the donation. That is greatly appreciated. Oh, hang on, it was Oz Farmer, not Old Man, wasn't it? Let me just check that. I don't have the right screen up, and I don't want to get that wrong. Oh, that is just entirely the wrong thing. And the music's just casually stopped. No big deal. But look, if you are new to the channel, you should check out my my social links. Discord's the main one where everyone hangs out in between streams. pretty active on Twitter and Instagram as well, so plenty of links there that Nightbot has been looking after you with. But if you want the links to anything about this race, about the 2 Gran Turismo races, this is the 3rd and final Bathurst 1.2 hour race I have run, so if you'd like to know more about how that was done, maybe see some pictures coming up soon, head on over to the website www.charlierosco.com, and that is where you'll find everything. Excuse me, and of course it was Ozfarmer, I was right then. Thank you very much for the donation, Ozfarmer, it is very much appreciated. I'm sorry you were unable to be part of the race. Bathurst 6 hour coming up at Easter, what do you reckon? I think it is unlikely you will see me on Bathurst, at Bathurst, for quite a while now. I think I've done my dash with Bathurst. Use some advice on yourself. Yeah, that is going to be the end of the stream, guys, so hopefully you have enjoyed it. And I look forward to talking to you next time. I don't know when the next stream is going to be. But it's going to be soon. I might do the FIAs tomorrow night. I might take the night off because obviously I did a lot of streaming on Sunday night. I've streamed tonight. I'm still not 100% better yet. So that might play a factor. If not tomorrow, we'll be back on Thursday to do something or other. Might be a new game. Might be a bit more of a cash stream that hopefully you guys can enjoy. Oh, Shannon, you overfueled by 70 laps. Holy shit. I didn't even see how much fuel I had at the end of the race. Shouldn't have been too bad. We need a fun open lobby on GT. Yeah, Hippie, we're probably not far off that, are we? Incredible race that we shall not speak of again. Yep. That was intense and fun. Oh, good. Sounds like a few people did enjoy it. That's the main thing. That's what it was all about, to make sure you guys enjoyed it. So, anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go and have a drink and chill out. So, thank you all very much for watching. But until next time, it is going to be goodbye.
We figured you might be able to tell us what's behind the mystery of this mask.
As long as the mask is in your possession, you are in free.